Hello everybody, welcome to my tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about compounds and forts, and kind of how to build them. So basically, the compounds and kind of forts are basically what you would build after your first starter house in Minecraft. In this tutorial is basically aimed towards survival players, so if you're playing survival, listen up. And yeah, we'll get through. Anyway, so these are like probably the main sort of compound materials you would use. Sandstone, not as common as the other ones, but if you find yourself near a desert, it can be quite useful. Now, kind of like for a durability test, come on. Sandstone is probably one of the worst options, so I suggest reinforcing it to kind of like improve it. Wood is also pretty bad from this test. This is just one TNT, so you probably want to get some reinforcement on that as well. Now, cobblestone is kind of where we kind of go up in the world, and it can kind of withstand it a little bit more, but still needs some assistance. Now, once we get up into stone bricks and more reinforced blocks, that's when everything kind of works in your favor. And once we get up to here, this is where it kind of gets almost impossible to break it. So kind of like the best ones are up here. So let's do another test on this sandstone wall, and it will kind of be the same thing with the wood. So if we reinforce it with another layer, let's see what happens. You see, the more reinforcements you have with your walls, with your compound walls, the better structurally they'll be. So always make sure, if you're using just one kind of line, make sure your reinforcement, or make sure you're not around creepers all the time. So let's kind of get into the building process. And kind of building compounds, there's no real like main way to kind of do it. So you can make up your own kind of plans on how you want to make your compound. Usually, a lot of YouTubers also make like large walls surrounding their bases and their starter homes. But you can also make sort of a fort, which is what I'm kind of showing you right now. Now you always start with a square, kind of like this. I mean, obviously. And I can kind of start with a gate. Fill all of this in. And skip ahead if need be. I'll set some timestamps to the most crucial points in the video. Now basically, once I get over here, all around, that's a lot of basic compounds that I've seen. Now you could just make like a bunch of houses in here, your farms in here, and have this protective wall. But then again, as we've seen, this all makes sense. The stone bricks aren't really good for creepers. So if you catch yourself really close, it'll blow up and it'll be ruined. So I suggest a double wall, and possibly even a moat if you have the kind of resources and time to do that. You can just make a moat right here. But what I'm going to do right now is kind of make a secondary wall to kind of protect all of my stuff. I'm not going to do a full wall for time constraints, but like, you kind of get the idea. Now this is kind of how it looks. It's starting to improve, as you can see. Now if you kind of want to add a little bit more, I guess, depth to it, you can also... This is the wrong side, I'm sorry. Let me fix this. The rain is very, very distracting. But you can kind of make, as you'll see, you can kind of use these walls to hide your farms. And yes, this is a farm. It'll make sense in a couple seconds. I'm not really going to get any seeds. You know, whatever. Screw it. But you can kind of use your space very wisely. And I'll make another tutorial about farm making in the future. And this is one of the designs that I've kind of used in my own survival worlds. So it's very basic. But adding these little water, just water things, I'm just gonna say that. And I'm gonna use TNT. And as you'll see, so much better. See, it only takes the first wall down. And you can also, if you have the time and the resources, you can make sort of a complete barrier. I'll keep it battle damaged. And see, it's still, the farm is still intact. So using these, the stone bricks, or any stairs, and just fill it with water, it'll save you a lot of hassle with explosions. So let me turn it back to day. So yeah, you can kind of use that. But also you can kind of make more of a castle with your compound, as a lot of people do. Good defenses like this. I'm not parapet, I think they're out. I'm not sure. But these little just holes, I'm just gonna call them that, are perfect for archery defense. And you can shoot through these things. You can also hop and add slabs for better range and field of view. when you're shooting. And you can also integrate, if need be, you can kind of have more defenses. Right here. And this will all make sense in a couple seconds. You can add stairs and secret passages within your castle, fort, compound, whatever. Okay, move smoothly. And there's infinite possibilities to how you can use this. Now, I'm not really going to complete this this base, but I am going to show you all the ideas that I've kind of come across. First of all, when you're using these stairs, you have a lot of empty space just kind of laying around. So to conserve on space, first of all, you can possibly just hide your crops here, like using hay and stuff. I can demonstrate, because hay is a really good defense as well, as I've seen. And great, it's raining. I'm gonna kind of leave it like that. Now, let's just say someone gets into your area, they destroy your whole farm, and now they want to get into your crops. Almost basically indestructible. So, if you have the resources, as I've said, use hay bales. I think they might be fully indestructible. You know, a bit of sidetracked, but it's alright. Let's cover it. See if it explodes it. See, it'll still explode it. See another one. But it will, I think it will stop the first shot. So that'll be pretty good. Now again, I'm going to leave this kind of battle damaged to kind of explain a bit. But, yeah. You can also, within your compound, have either like a main tower, main hall, chapel, or kind of whatever. You can kind of use this main area, fill it in with your houses, fill it in with your farms, whatever. And there's no real limit to how big the compound is going to be. Just remember, you need to defend it. And if you're playing on multiplayer, make sure you have enough hidden spaces so you can escape in case you're invaded. Now, these sort of buildings in the middle are also great for defenses. You can add sorry. You can add dispensers, sorry. Fill them up with arrows. And this is simple. This is very simple redstone. I'll probably do a bit of a tutorial on redstone. But make sure you're crouching when you're placing them, otherwise you'll just enter. And you can shoot pretty rapidly, but the range is a little off. I'm not sure if this improves the range. It might not. But you can kind of make cannons. I think that does improve the accuracy a tad. But yeah, you can kind of do that and defend your compound. Now this is mostly about defense right now. But I'll hop off this world and show you some compounds that I've built and that I've used. So most of this, oh, I have one more thing that can kind of help. Walls. Now, I've kind of seen walls kind of help a lot when it comes to defense against creepers, TNT, and that sort of thing. Flint steel. And also stairs, as I said, kind of help. Just layering your walls and materials is best. Anyway, I think this is over at the moment. But this is a bunch of explosions, and look how almost undamaged it looks like. And very easy patches, because this is a very inexpensive block. So yeah, I do suggest using deep slate if you can, but stone will be a great option as well. Same with cobblestone, except cobblestone looks a little ugly at times. Anyway, that's it with this part. Now let me show you designs. And so you should probably get something kind of like this. Of course, I'm kind of kidding. There will be a tutorial, maybe, on that one. But we're talking about this compound. Now this is a rectangle compound by 33 long. The back end is 24 blocks. This front end extends 4 blocks, and then 14 blocks long. So yeah, if you want to replicate it, just kind of look at that. There is a little bit of a extended out, kind of like this. I added a little small design to it, just kind of to give it a little bit more character. But this compound is more on design rather than functionality, although there is a lot of functionality in this design. Now, first of all, the cobblestone, stone base to kind of keep everything in order and safe. Now I kind of added a bit of a roof, a wooden roof, to kind of give it a little bit more character, kind of like a, I guess, Viking, old medieval time roofs with a little bit of design right there. And a little bit more functionality, you can add trapdoors. Yeah, basically it. But for design, I say keep things confined as much as you can. Now for interior, there's so much that you can do with this interior. I mean, I'm not even joking. I mean, you can add chests, you can make this sort of a barracks room if you want. But yeah, the possibilities are genuinely endless with this design. Let me just beautify it a bit. Now, first of all, use all these empty spaces wisely. Adding barrels is perfect for storage. It's just as big as a chest, I believe. Yeah, just as a single chest. Yeah. So it's a perfect way to use up space. And barrels are really easy to craft. With just needing a slab and sticks. So it's super, super easy. However, a lot of people prefer chests. Let me know in the comments which you prefer. Now, for bedding, you could just add a bunch of, yeah, I know I'm leaving it grass, but that's whatever. You can also add bunk beds to add a little bit more character if need be. And to actually make these more functional, you can add ladders and signs. Sorry. To kind of put some character with them. Now you can kind of use it however you want. You could have a pattern with your important stuff right here to conserve space. And with your compound, if no one's gonna see it, and if you don't really care about like kind of what it looks like, you could just put furnaces on the ground. They have a good texture on the top anyway, and they're still usable. So yeah, you can kind of use it like that. I know I'm kind of uglifying it, but like you can add crafting tables in the ground. You can kind of do a little style like this as well, if that's your mojo. And also, you can use your blast furnace. Blast furnaces are best with ores, so you can use that. So yeah, it looks beautiful, obviously. And a lot of people like to connect everything and make everything centralized. So that's what I'm going to kind of do right here. You can stack them kind of like this. And if you don't really care for looks, you can kind of do this. It does crowd out the place a tad, but it overall looks okay. And I know this is turning a little bit messy, so we will fix that a bit. And also, hiding things in plain sight. Very cool and very easy also to do. Enchantment table. you get pretty good enchantments anyway. And if you want to go a little bit of an extra mile, I guess, you can make a library, kind of like this. Bit of a library. And there's so much that you can kind of confine it into this space. I mean, literally. This could keep you going for ages. And there's a perfect entrance to have a huge farm over here. And again, these things great for defenses. You may need a little bit of a stool to help you see over the top, but overall, great uses. And it goes all the way around for a full 360 view of all of it. And also, if you don't have enough space, you can also make a basement for more storage if need be. Now I think this video is going way too long, and I'm sorry that I only used raw footage, but I wanted to get this out as soon as possible. And let me know in the comments what you think, and yeah, how to improve. This is my first tutorial that I've ever done, so I'm only gonna improve. I'll go all the way over here, showing previous compounds that I've kind of worked on. This one, it was meant to be a monastery. There's an open area, so if you like the open fresh air, you can kind of do that. And there's perfect areas to just fill the walls with chests. So yeah. And then one more, a lot larger. It's completely a farm, almost for the most part, actually. But this. And I will be doing more tutorials on basics of building and kind of Minecraft in general. Yeah, that's a complete compound area filled with crops. And then here's other crops. Here are the crops that I collect. Anyway, too long. Gotta end it real soon. I'll check you later. See you in the next one.